guys, how we doing? We all well? Want to excuse my hair, the noise, really windy where I am. I'm in Land's End in Cornwall. A little look at this. Beautiful scenes. I wanted to do a little video about how I overcome anxiety and depression, which was something that really got a grip of me. I'm even as close as about 7 months ago. A lot of people that know me would, I don't know, maybe think that I don't sort of come across things like that. I tend to, I don't know, just kind of crack on and not get too caught up in my mind and stuff, but I had a period over some really hard times where it did actually take a grip of me and pull me to quite a bad place, and I just want to discuss exactly how I got through it. Might help someone one day if they watch this and kind of listen to an example of how someone got through it. They might be able to use the techniques and it could change the situation. So what I found is when you get too caught up in a certain mindset, it's really easy to become depressed. It's really easy, especially in today's world, it's very easy to suffer from anxiety. What you find is most people do have some form of anxiety. So the first thing that I did was I increased the amount of meditation that I was doing. I've meditated for a couple of years now, but not like I have for the last 6 or 7 months. I've really, upped it. Instead of doing sort of 5-10 minutes here and there, I was pushing 20, 25, 30 minutes, and I was doing it a couple of times a day. And what I found is when you're bringing your awareness completely to the moment, you find that there's nothing really to worry about. The only things that you really do worry about are things that are in your mind, and you're focusing on either the future or the past. But in the moment, in the moment now, I'm just sat at the end of Cornwall, just looking at the ocean. There's nothing to worry about. But the longer you spend in your mind, the longer you can convince yourself that there is something. So in terms of the meditation side of things, I did a video a little while ago, which should be up here, which was the 7 benefits of meditation. If you want to find out a bit more, check it out. Comment, like if it helps, and let me know your thoughts. So what I found with meditation is it slows everything down and it creates a gap between you and your thoughts. The more you do it, the more you realise that you're not necessarily your thoughts, and what you are is actually a consciousness observing the thoughts. When you don't meditate, you kind of get caught up in your mind and you think that everything that you're thinking is you, when it's actually not at all. You need to be able to observe the thoughts. So number 1 was meditation. I started looking into loads of books as well. I've got Audible, so I'm constantly listening to audio books, and always, I'm ordering 1 or 2 books a month and just trying to get through them as quickly as I can. But I've read through a couple of books that really helped me as well. The first one was The Power of Force. The second was a guy called Neville Goddard. It's called Feeling is the Secret. Another one is The Magic of Thinking Big. This was one of my favourites. You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. That was amazing. Normally with an audio book it could take me, 2-3 weeks to get through, but I got through her book in 1 day. It was that good. I literally all plans cancel. I'm listening to this because I need to know what it's all about. And I'll tell you what, that book changed everything. As soon as I listened to that, it really put things in perspective. And another one as well is Mind Hacking by Sir John Hargrave. That was quality as well. The techniques that he teaches in that is it's key. It's really, really good. But what I found with most of these books is, there's always, they sort of go through their own story and all of this stuff, but when you get to the bottom of it, it's always the same. It's about what you think, taking control of your thoughts, reprogramming your subconscious mind, and meditation. every single self-help book that I've gone through, I find that the key point is that it's having the awareness of what you're thinking, because your thoughts do become your reality. As much as people think that that's not the case, it is. And every single one of these books is pretty much one way or another explain that that is the case. And I mean the reason why I like to read is whatever it is that you want to learn is always in a book. I mean, you can spend 20,000 quid to go to university and all they do is teach you from books. Well, you can order that book online for about 30p on Amazon. So get reading, get in the audio books. And I mean, if you're suffering from anxiety, get a book on anxiety. If you're suffering from stress, get a book on stress. Like I said, most of the time they're telling you to do meditation and to sort of focus on your subconscious mind, which is key to getting through these difficult times. But yeah, start reading, listening to audio books, go on YouTube. There's a lot of books that have been converted to audiobook on YouTube as well, so you don't always have to spend the money. There's a lot of stuff out there for free. You can download a lot of books in PDF form as well. But whatever you want to learn is in a book somewhere. You need to know that. So another thing as well, and again, learned through reprogramming your subconscious mind, is to do your visualization. Again, I've done another video on that, the law of attraction, the real law of attraction. Check that out. I go into a bit more depth as to how you can do it, but get your visualization down. You need to focus on your thoughts, be aware of what you're thinking. If negative thoughts come, you need to let them go and focus back on positivity. So yeah, what I found is once I started focusing on my negative thoughts that I was actually unaware of, I mean the first process is understanding that you do have these thoughts and having awareness of them, and then you can learn how to kind of stop them in their track, and then you can start focusing on positive thoughts. Whenever you do think negatively, just focus, bring your awareness to the thought. What am I thinking? Is it negative or positive? The more you do that, the more you become in control of the kind of things that you are thinking. And of course, the more you focus on your thoughts, the more you create the thought loops. So the less you're focusing on negative things, or the more aware you are of thinking negative things, the more you can stop it in the track, get rid of it, and then focus on positive thoughts, and then you create a positive thought loop. And as soon as I started doing that, I mean, I could still feel that in my subconscious there were still negative thoughts, but I really sort of took control of that, and I found that the regular thoughts that kept coming up seemed to become more positive, and that put me in a really good place. So yeah, I'll go into that in another video, another time. But yeah, that's taking control of your internal dialogue, start being aware of what you're thinking, and sort of starting to reprogram. I'll do another video on that as well, because it's quite a long subject and I think it deserves a video on its own. We'll get into that another time. But yeah, like I said, the level of depression that I was feeling, I'll be honest with you guys, it was bad, really bad. I got into a really bad place. It was job-wise, I hated my job. We was moving house and it was just an absolute nightmare. We was actually selling and buying another house, become a massive problem, and I really got caught in my mind again, and yeah, it was bad, and started to notice myself not feeling well. I was constantly sort of under the weather and feeling shit, and it was horrible. But what I'm saying in this video is these are the steps that I took, and it really did change everything. It actually led me to starting to do my YouTube channel and to start doing these videos, because these are all things that I kind of knew and I've done and I've witnessed, but I think I needed another hard time to get through and sort of really focus on these techniques before I could start teaching them to people. There's knowing something, and then there's, you know, really knowing it when you've gone through a really difficult time. And yeah, so I felt like I needed to go through that, as bad as it was, but that led me to where I am now, which is great. So yeah, I think I mean, one of the keys is knowledge. You need, if you're going through a situation, you have to educate yourself on it. You can't just deal with depression without the knowledge of how to deal with depression. People are, you know, you go to the doctors, they just tell you to take tablets, or they just class you down as depressed. I mean, what's that? You need to learn, you need to educate yourself. There's books on it. You need to be going to having the right conversations with people and staying away from people that are negative, even if it's just a couple of months off your mates who are negative and dragging you down. Just try and stay away from all that. And again, I mean, getting into all of this, what I've found is when you do feel negative, that you are creating more of the same. And when you've seen that in your life and you know that, as soon as you start feeling negative, you need to get rid of that feeling straight away. And that was key. As soon as I start feeling a bit shitty, just get rid of it. Start focusing on the good things, start focusing on your dreams and visualizing, and just get rid of that horrible feeling, because the more you feel like that, the more of the same that you're bringing into your life. And I think once you know that it is that simple, you're unstoppable. Anything can come your way, and you know how to deal with it, and you can just get rid of it and start feeling good again. So you need to learn how to be a creator and not a victim. Another thing that I found as well is, what's going on here? So your conscious mind can only hold one thought at any given time. And as soon as you know that, as soon as you start thinking something negative, as soon as I think of something positive, whether it's, it could be anything. As soon as you put that positive thought in your mind, you override the negative thought straight away. Because I do feel a negative thought, which, to be honest, everyone gets negative thoughts from time to time. I literally just override it with a positive thought. Whatever it might be, whatever I'm feeling at the time. Normally my goals and where I see myself in the future, just start thinking that, close my eyes for a minute, take a few breaths, override the negative, start feeling good. As soon as you stop it and then start feeling good again, the momentum starts going in the other way. And then you start attracting more positive things straight off the back of that. So when a negative thought does come, I simply just take a step back, observe it, don't judge it, don't feel anything about it, just let it go. I'm thinking that for a reason. If it's something that I know why, I'll, kind of put that to one side and then just start thinking and feeling positive again. Again, you can only hold one thought at any given time, so if it's negative, override it with positive. So the more you do this, the more you are in control of your vibration, you're in control of your world, and you start reprogramming the subconscious mind, and more positive things seem to happen off the back of it. So yeah, have a little go. Check out my other videos if you can. If you like it, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Drop a comment if there's any questions that you have, or anything that you wanted me to cover, or any other topics you want me to cover on video. And yeah, let me know. Thank you.